Jimmy D, the more I think about it, the more your game. I can't find anything wrong with it. Take it away.
It's too hard.
It's
That's just because you're a scrub.
noob.
No, Bloodborne. It's done by From Software. It's a polished game. How can I explain it? Steampunk, gothic.
Alright. Let me put it to you.
Yeah,
Brown.
I'll let you take that a bit.
Brown. Your game is brown.
Shit stain brown?
It's brown.
Have you? Oh, that's because you haven't gotten up to the bit where
It's because I haven't had time.
Yeah.
Too many games,
See, that's
too much
the thing.
work.
It isn't just the one color.
I know there are some beautiful
even though
areas.
it does have some it's gothic, so it is very dark toned. It is very black. It is very
The
grey.
tonality of the game is set, and
But
it's very good.
it's for the intention of what the game's
Correct.
supposed to be like. The gameplay is solid.
Solid or broken?
Solid. It's
broken?
completely solid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dark Souls 2, broken. Bloodborne, good.
Fair
Like,
distinction.
If you dodge, and you dodge
dodges.
wrong,
Yeah, it's your fucking fault.
yeah, exactly. You
your
can't
fault.
if you stuff up. A lot of it is learning how your enemies attack.
Yes.
If you
And
know
how to
their
react
animations and how they go, you know the exact time to
Move.
move.
I can't think immediately off the top of my head about anything that's wrong with the game, apart from two things.
Mm-hmm.
Two really big things. Story. It's got an amazing story. But you have to really dig deep for it or watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Now, I do like to have my story presented to me because, once again, I just don't have time to dig deep. I really don't.
Like this time in which this game is played, so the actual present time and the timeline that it has, it throws the story in your face. It does tell you the story of that present time of your character playing through it. You want to know any backstory, you've got to go through the pages and you've got to go through. You've got to read, and,
listen.
and listen to the lore. There's little subtle bits in it that will tell you lore of the past and what happened to this world. And that's where what I liked about it was that, the whole story and, everything like that isn't thrown in your face. Your character's timeline is. Like, you see your character, you see the character and the world as what your character would see it as. They would not know any of this stuff until they've read about it.
Yeah, which is really, really involved, really good. Once again, I just don't have time for it. It's nothing wrong with the game. It's the tonality and what they wanted. I just don't think it hits the mark 100%. The second thing, my biggest thing, it's console exclusive. I'm done with that shit. Let me cross-play, let me do whatever I want, release everything at once, maybe sometimes exclusive by a few months. I'm done with that shit, game developers. Let's get over this.
See,
I think that's a pathetic excuse.
I like the console exclusives.
Nah, hate it.
I'm a PS fanboy. I got the Bloodborne, and I got the PS4 because of stuff like Infamous, Bloodborne, all that kind of thing.
And what if I was an Xbox fan? I get screwed so hard.
Go play Dark Souls.
Which you can play as well.
Yeah.
I get nothing.
You get Dark Souls.
Go play Halo. I can't play Halo.
Yeah.
I hate console exclusives. Even Halo, Uncharted. I'm done with it. Just releasing everything. Just releasing everything at one time. Worldwide releases. We're in a modern age. Stop pussyfooting around.
It's the
Like
one
Rocket
thing
League,
it's the one thing that'll never happen, though.
Rocket League didn't do it, but it's a timed exclusive, so it's not as bad.
But it was still exclusive.
Timed.
Yes, but
I didn't say full
And it's not a
exclusive.
complete exclusive because PC
Yes.
got it at the
And
same time.
they had crossplay with PC.
Yeah.
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 But, like, it's just...
But is it Game of the Year?
For me, it is.
Is it Game of the Year? Can everyone pick it up and play it?
The
Is
only-
it the Game of the Year? Can
For a
everyone
gamer,
pick it up?
yes. For a pleb, no. So for you like yourself, no.
Oh, really? I picked it up. I had no troubles with it until when I had troubles with it. But that was
Arms
I
get a
will
bit
keep
heavy
going.
after that, were they?
I will keep going. But I don't think it can be Game of the Year because it doesn't have that reach that The Witcher 3 or Fallout 4 or Rocket League has. It doesn't have that grasp yet. It did sell quite well, but it didn't sell well enough. But, to its credit, it did DLC. And it did DLC right.
Oh, it's the only one that I have seen this year that did a DLC properly. It was $30 for a DLC. What they said was a DLC. Once I got into it, it's not a DLC. It's a goddamn expansion. It's
It's
massive.
a proper expansion.
It's
pack.
massive. It's a whole different world. Like it's set in the same area, with different alterations and different bits and pieces. Some bits are different. There's different routes and everything. But essentially, it is a whole new part. You got bosses, pre-existing bosses that they've redone. They've got new bosses that you've never seen before. You've got new weapons, new clothing. You've got new story.
Bit of everything.
It's massive, and it was $30.
It's an extra third of the game or something.
It's an extra like I've played it now. I still can't get past the first boss. Its difficulty has gone up as well from that point. It's just gone up.
Jeez.
But it's
Especially because you were playing on New Game Plus Plus.
yeah. I'm playing on New Game Plus Plus, by the way, so I've played through this twice.
And now you're paying for it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A little butthurt.
But
it did it right.
it's the only developer, and it's the only game that I've seen, apart from Heart of Stone from Witcher 3.
That was an expansion done right.
That was another one. They are the only... Alright, I'll correct myself.
They've tweaked and nurtured and loved their game all year.
Yeah.
They've patched it. They've released free
BloodBorne
DLCs.
patched it as well.
Did they release free DLCs?
Yes.
Did they thank their community? Did they love it? Did they massage it? Did they release soundtracks and maps and stickers?
Actually, they released soundtracks.
Yeah, well, not in the same copy and not physically.
Yeah, but that's because CD Projekt Red is ass kisses.
Are they? Or are they just a good game
Fuck
developer?
No,
Is that what a good game developer does? Remember when you used to go to a store and you used to pre-order a game and they'd say, thank you for pre-ordering our game, here's this gift. Now we pay more for that shit. Witcher did it right. They thanked you.
Yeah, but
That's
if you
what you
wanted the
want.
extra shit, like the statue,
Of
you had
course.
to pay extra.
Of course. But they still did it right. They gave you 16 free DLCs.
I do have to also add, they've probably done all of this because of the kerfuffle with the Witcher 2 Collector's Edition.
That's true, but also they did it because of the graphic issues they had. They said, here's this great, pretty game, and then it released, and well, it was still pretty, but not what we saw at E3.
And it's like, oh, here's a pretty game.
You
Need
can't
an
play
NVIDIA
it.
graphics card.
Yeah.
AMD? They used a specific program called NVIDIA Hairworks.
Yes, that was
Which
right.
was incompatible with AMD cards. It
And it
was basically played like the console version.
It was
Now
for their hair.
they're
Pretty
basically.
hair.
Oh, have you seen it with the
I
Hairworks?
have.
Oh,
It's amazing, isn't it? He looks like a dreamy son of a
oh yeah,
bitch.
it's shiny.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, it was basically for NVIDIA. If you had an AMD card, you would see it as what you would see on the consoles. Now, it wasn't bad.
Just wasn't as polished.
It wasn't as polished. You could have a higher end graphics card with AMD
And still not have
and
it.
still would not be able to run it to the capabilities of, say, a GTX 960, what I've got.
I think largely that.
I think that's
That's
where,
what stands in the Witcher's way.
yeah, was its graphical capabilities.
But not only the graphical capabilities, the misleading and deceptive behaviour that they engaged in. Here's this amazing trailer.
Yeah, they did a Colonial Marines.
Yeah, you can't play the game like that. Don't be silly. But it could look that pretty, maybe. But to their credit. And we don't know where other games are going.
It
To
is
their
a great
credit,
game.
they patched it and patched it and patched the
Yeah.
graphics and patched more graphics and
And
patched the textures. And
that's the one thing I've got to say about From Software's community is every part of it that was broken was fixed within, like,
they just took the
even a
servers down
day.
for maintenance.
Yeah.
Because something went horribly wrong. They're like, nope, we need to fix this.
Yeah, they literally they took down multiplayer servers. I think it was because there was some people through multiplayer who were able to access the DLC for free. And that is a big no-no. Especially if you're trying to get money out of people. But there was other things, like there was some multiplayer parts in certain sections where a person could not die, and that's a big thing that you need to happen in this game.
If you
You
can't
need the
die,
other
there's
person
no
to die.
challenge.
Yeah, well, no, it's not just that. You might be able to die, but the person you're versing, because there's PvP elements in it, that person you're versing might be invulnerable. So how are you supposed to get rid of him from your world if you can't kill him?
Yeah.
So they took down the servers, they fixed it, it's back up again. They at least they are a developer who sat there and they fixed and fixed and fixed and fixed.
I'm starting to sway to your side. Because I can't think of too much that's wrong with it. Apart from console exclusivity.